Hello and welcome to episode 105 of Tifosi Time.
I think he's paying bills over there.
That's why I was laughing. I'm starting and this guy's head's down. This is episode 105 of Tifosi Time, your favorite Italian soccer podcast. It is Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I feel like it sounds different today. I feel like I'm echoing, but I don't know. And if you're in the chat, let me know if it sounds crappy. What are we going to do? Oh, if you like what you hear, give us a like, give us a follow. We appreciate it. I think we got a lot to talk about today.
You forgot to mention we were in New Jersey.
We are in New Jersey. That is true. Please don't dox us. All right, we got a lot to talk about. We have some Champions League stuff, some interesting games.
Those expecting Frank to be here, we're sorry to disappoint you. He's not here.
Yes, thank you, actually. My name is Chris. That was Dan. And we also have Pietro here. Pietro, say hi. There you go. Yeah, Frank's not here. He's not feeling that well, but hopefully he'll be back next week. Hopefully. All right. What do you guys want to start with Milan?
Yeah, so we'll pick a team. We'll talk about them, and if they had Champions League stuff in the last week, we'll touch on that too. So you want to start with Milan?
Yeah, it makes sense. So if anyone didn't know, Milan won 2-1 versus Verona. We had one own goal, but the other one was kind of
I was surprised that wasn't.
That's the one actually two own goal.
Yeah, but they didn't count Gunther's goal. They didn't count as an own goal. But to me, it was an own goal to me too.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb. Tonali scores a pretty nice goal at the end of the game.
Yeah, that was the mistake. One of the defend. You should have seen him move up. Or Michael close kick cards.
Who on the Tonali goal?
Like that.
Yeah, he just kind of went
right through play. So move up.
Yeah.
Right through the middle. Yeah, and didn't really get picked up. So he made the run.
That's stupid.
Rebic,
you're not close. Move up. No?
Good finish though.
Give Rebic credit. It was a nice weighted pass.
Yeah, sometimes it's a mistake. People mistake. It's not merit over the other guy.
Mm-hmm. This game though, Milan had the lead, but they gave it right back 10 minutes later, and they struggled to get that second goal a little bit.
Yeah, because the new coach, which is a young ex-player,
Verona's new coach. Yeah,
he made it play like the whole time.
Yeah,
take it like Gasperini, Juric stuff, 1-on-1, running.
Yeah, that was probably one of the better games that Verona played all season. Because they didn't just sit back.
They didn't deserve to lose.
Well, I mean, Montipo made some nice saves too.
They did the post in there.
Verona hit a post, yeah. And Tardushanu, he made a nice save or two too. But they get the win, which is important for Milan, especially going off of another loss in the Champions League to Chelsea.
2-0.
2-0 they lost to Chelsea, which they had gotten dominated the previous week versus Chelsea, where Tomori had a bad game 2 weeks ago, and then he got thrown out of this game. So it was 2-0 early in the game versus Chelsea, and then you get the red card too. So there was really no shot of Milan really coming back in that game. But it leaves them in a tricky spot in their Champions League group, because right now they're in third place, the number one seed of that
they're
group.
Not sure.
But isn't it in their hands? If they win, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Well, yeah. So here their group is Chelsea with 7 points, Salzburg with 6 points, and they have 4 points. We're tied with Dynamo, who also have 4. So their last 2 games are versus Salzburg and Dynamo. So if you're right. If they win those 2 games,
they're not easy game because both of them they can classify.
Yeah, that's my point. Both those teams are playing for something, can still advance. And they're not easy teams, So you would have thought that they would have had an easier time with this Champions League group, but they're having difficulty, and they're not playing. I mean, the games with Chelsea have not been good.
I'm confident they're going to go through.
I really hope they go through. I want them to go through. But hopefully they can get some players back, and Magnan will come back hopefully soon. I don't know what his timetable is.
No, next week is going to be.
Yeah, so that'll be a big boost for them. They do have they're starting Gabia in defense and Kalulu back on the right, so they are hurt with a lot of injuries, and you just got to hope they can ride it out.
They put the last 50 minutes. They put a young guy, Chow.
Yeah.
And he saved 2 balls. He blocked two eyes.
Yeah, I was wondering who that guy was because I never heard of him. And then he's
a he's a young guy.
And he made a couple nice blocks. Yeah. Yeah. So that was nice to see a nice little surprise. But
it's a good win. It's a game they need to win.
I mean, well, listen, this is also Verona, who's in 19th place right now, so you expect them to win with the way Verona's been playing. But it was not a terrible performance from Verona. They made 19 attempts on net, Verona. That's something you would have never seen a couple of weeks ago. So, it was a good game, but expected.
Verona gets me mad because their team was so much better, and they cleaned house, essentially. It's frustrating.
Well, they always do that, though.
I know.
Yeah, but the Sunday against the Milan, they started to play the old way.
Yeah, I think that I don't see Verona staying in the bottom 3 the rest of the season.
I don't think so.
No.
They will creep back up and go closer to like 11th, 10th, 12th, something like that. I don't think they're going to be.
I'm expect about the bar. I'm expect something from Sampdoria. I guess to wake them up.
They've already fired a coach and they're still not.
Yeah, I know. And they don't have a bad team.
They have shown no signs of life, Samp. I don't like them at all, man.
I feel bad for Odero. He's just making saves and they won't help him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I see them as staying in the bottom 3, but Verona I see advancing. Moving up the table. So yeah, that was them in the Champions League and in the league.
Yeah.
So there's that. What's the next game, Chris, you want to talk about?
We can talk about Napoli. They won 3-2 versus Bologna.
This game.
That's another game here. The Bologna could have tied there too.
Yeah. So, here a couple things that stand out for me because Arnautovic has really been Bologna's only player, but he didn't play this game, and they finally put in Xerxes, who was supposed to have a lot of potential, and he finally got to play. The kid knows how to play. He was impressive. He scored a goal.
I guess the Bologna was missing some player too, right?
Well, they were missing Arnautovic.
Shorter.
Shouts.
And the other midfield who was.
I don't remember.
I love how they play Medell at midfield now.
Well, they're missing players too, but they actually showed life and signs. They actually had the lead in this game, Bologna. So you were thinking, oh man, is really Napoli going to lose points to Bologna, who've not been good this whole season?
Napoli's too good.
No, they are too good.
I mean, it was 3-2, but it could have been 6.
Napoli's too good because mainly they have that guy,
He's ridiculous.
He's great.
Yeah, he's
because
great.
they have the roster.
Yeah.
Whoever come in is good.
Our boy Moret, what the hell?
Well, that's what I was going to mention. Moret has been so solid this year, but Barrow's goal was a disgrace. The play where he just dove and totally missed the ball and Allergate. Moret's the goal that Barrow scored.
That was
bad.
bad.
That did the popular.
Yeah, it was very bad. And we haven't seen
even
that.
Spalletti say he did the 5 months good, and now with the one mistake, they just talk about that mistake.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing. He gets it more than other goalies.
Unfortunately.
And our graphic is wrong, Chris, because Romani didn't start because he's hurt. So Jesus started and scored a goal, actually.
Corner kick, right?
Off a corner kick. But, no Anguissa, he's hurt too. So, and Doble had to step in the starting lineup.
They got a deep team, man.
They do, and that's it. They just pelted 30 shots towards the net. They're so offensive.
You know what they have a good team because even season. What's his name?
Who?
Who?
The guy that used to play Inter Roma. What's his name?
Inter? Who?
Number 5. What's it?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I have no clue.
No, it's the guy on the roster, but he's not titular. He replaced Raman. ¿Cómo se llama?
Jesus.
Jesus, that's what I said.
Hey, just yeah.
Yeah.
Even that he looked good. Even if
Yeah.
the one that's
Listen, for a spot start, that's what he's good for. The problem is last year he had to play like a bunch of the games. This year he's only playing every once in a while.
This is what to prove. When a team play good, anyone can play good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone,
Yeah, because they believe in what they're doing and they're having fun.
You play more relaxed. You believe.
Anyone who come in, he makes with that, and they play good too.
Yeah, they understand the rules.
But Krava, the Georgian kid, the passes he makes, like simple passes where other players won't even do, like just these little balls in between players and little leads that you just don't see people do, which I always say like they should try that more, and it works every time. He had the pass at Osimhen.
Because you know what it's done, and you know why? Besides the play the game they have, right? All the players that play Napoli, technically, they all okay.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, on the pass, they're difficult to make a mistake.
Yeah.
They pass at Torino.
He makes it look easy.
The pass is bright.
He makes it look very easy, Chris. And then, they just score so many goals, too. So it's even if they let up 2 goals, it's no big deal. Like against Ajax midweek, again for the Champions League, yeah, they let up 2 goals, but they scored another 4.
Yeah, but it's nothing change this year. It's Napoli and Milan.
Yeah, no, I agree.
More Napoli if they don't feel like always,
Yeah,
but for me, it's Napoli. Like I'm not kidding. Not just because I'm an Italian soccer fan. Like I think they have a legit chance in the Champions League. Like they're one of the scariest teams that have been in the tournament.
I agree. They're entertaining.
Hey, Napoli beat Milan in Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very hard to stop.
What, one of the only 4 teams left that are undefeated?
Yeah, in the top 5 leagues in Europe, there's 4 teams undefeated. Atalanta and Napoli are 2 of those teams in all 5 leagues, which is crazy.
Atalanta, Napoli, who else?
PSG.
And then there's 2 other teams. I think Real Madrid and
PSG.
And PSG, I think, are the other 2 teams. That's crazy that Atalanta and Napoli are the other 2 teams.
You see, Napoli is doing good even in the championship. It's not just the
no, yeah.
It beat Liverpool. It beat,
That's what I mean. They've already locked up their group. A spot in the next round. They seem to be unstoppable right now.
I hope they stay like this.
Really quickly, on your card, you have written here, Jesus is the 15th different Napoli scorer considering all 2022-23 competitions.
Yeah, so they've had 15 different goal scorers, Napoli, this season. Or in the 2022-23.
That's crazy.
15 different goal scorers?
I don't think Juventus has scored 15 goals.
It's pretty insane because they like you said, they got tons of depth. They know what they're doing. They scouted well. We went over this last week. They haven't made one mistake in any aspect of the team, from ownership to scouting to signing and then coaching and then players. Every single thing has been correct.
Yeah,
and they just got Osimhen back. By the way, they're a $90 million player.
Which there's always rumors that he's going to leave, but he said straight up, he's like, "Why would I want to go?"
No, he squashed those rumors. He's like, "I don't."
It's a matter of money.
Yeah, but he squashed those rumors. He said the rumors of Manchester United. He said, "Not true. I do not want to leave here. I love it here. I'm not going anywhere." So yes, I see him moving in the future. But right now, no.
Even they always say he's going to stay in Milan. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to stay.
I hope so. You can't lose those 2 players, man. For the league.
If you were a player, they offer you 10 million to 11 million.
That's the thing. Like Leao, not to go back at Milan, but if I get $150 million for Leao, I'm selling him.
Really?
$150 million.
Not even 100.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy. Look what Napoli did with the money for Koulibaly, and they reinvested and got 3-4 players.
Yeah, but they did it They got
Gotta,
lucky.
gotta 10
No,
million. of course.
that's
Gotta
not
enjoy.
lucky. That's good scouting. That's knowing what you're doing.
It is. You got to
$100 million you could do so much with. I think you have to sell him.
Kim, how much do you think they spent?
Yeah, they didn't spend anything
Nothing.
on him.
Yeah, not a lot.
You know, so
They're
if you,
doing it, you know.
yeah, if you have the right people doing it,
Don't forget this team. They have to make money with the player too. They cannot just spend the money.
yeah,
They
exactly.
go
Yeah.
dead.
At some point, you have to cash in on them.
I get it, but like, what message does that send to your fans? Like, that
And
sucks.
the prove it's Atalanta every year sell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they have the team all the time.
Yeah, like you said, because I don't see it happening this year, this summer, or even next summer. But I think in a couple of years, like Krava is gonna go. I think give him 2 years here, maybe at most.
Daniel, all this player they go. You know why they go? Because the English team they have a money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's
BCG, and when a player you offer 10 million, even the what's his name, Skriniar.
Yeah.
Why do you want to?
Yeah, I don't blame him.
It's money.
So go ahead.
Are you really quickly? They did have a Champions League game. They beat Ajax 4-2.
Yeah, I said that. I mentioned that, and then they've won their. Well, not. I don't know if they didn't win their group, but they've clinched the spot into the next round.
The bad news, you know what is the bad news?
What?
Juventus doesn't have nobody to sell.
We're gonna get to that.
Nobody. It's the only one. It's flowers.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But,
we take it in my house, and then it's.
But do you guys have any more comments on Napoli, on either game or where they're at?
Let's go to Inter.
Inter, to be honest, their league game, which
He come back.
They won versus Salernitana 2-0. Whatever. We expected that, but the game the game versus Barcelona midweek, which not one person.
But you mentioned Barcelona. Inter is coming back, but not for the Barcelona game because it's Barcelona is not the team it used to be.
I understand.
They play suck. They play suck.
Mm-hmm. No, okay, but my point was before that game, they've already beat Barcelona once in Milan. Before this game, not one person had Inter winning that game or even grabbing a point.
Before they play.
Yeah, before they played because Barcelona needed to win. They needed to win or they're pretty much screwed. And that game was a lot of fun to watch, but I'm disappointed in Inter because they had so many chances to close them out, and every time they scored, they let Barcelona come right back.
Another thing is parenthesis. Barcelona thought it was better than Inter.
Yeah,
and everybody thought Barcelona, Inter will be out with this tour.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Barcelona disappointing.
They have not been good.
But there's no game.
But
the defense suck probably.
But that game ended 3-3.
I tell you one thing: if I was a Barcelona coach, the one who never plays, I compare him like Bonucci, Piqué. He would not play with me no more.
Yeah, well, Piqué's washed up. He's done.
It's like Bonucci, Piqué.
We'll get to Bonucci.
But 3-3. My point is, Inter should have gotten the 3 points there and should have clinched their spot. Now, yes, they still have a good chance of going through, but it's no guarantee that they go through. Barcelona still has a slim chance of going through because they have 4 points.
There's a slim chance. Even Juventus has a slim chance.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't mean
because if you beat Benfica, PSG, you have a chance. Until
it's going to be weird to see Barcelona and Juventus out of the Champions League.
The point here to see Inter come back because his play come back.
Dan, it's going to be weird when Juventus doesn't even qualify for the Euros.
Well, so the good thing that Inter has for them is that they still play Victoria Pleasant, which has 0 points in that group. So they win there and they're in, and they have nothing to worry about. So chances are, yes, Inter's going through. But still, I would have liked them to beat Barcelona because
another thing, Daniel, Inter. They miss Brozovic.
Yeah.
But the position that Inzaghi or who else gave it to Shalanov on his place. Cialanoglu is playing better than Brozovic. It's in a way, it's like remember Eric's last year when he came back.
He changed his
It's
position.
still what
Yeah.
still do good.
Which is surprising because that's
And the
Brozovic.
beautiful pass he did.
Yeah.
Beautiful pass he did to Barella to score.
Yeah, Cialanoglu is not used to playing that position. So, I give him credit for trying that, and it's working out.
And then again, Bastoni says one thing, we look to ourselves in the face, old player, and we put our personal thing aside and we start to play as a team.
I don't know, but Bastoni always looks pissed off to me. He always looks like he's upset with the coach. He's upset with his teammates, like he's not happy. He always looks upset to me.
Right now, Sunday, it's like Bastoni lost his spot.
Yeah, I think he gets so mad when he gets substituted.
Yeah, but he's young. He wants to play. I'd be pissed too.
I know. It's just like it's not a good look. You could be upset, but you don't want like everyone in the world to know that you're upset. He always just looks pissed off to me. But anyway, a 2-0 win for Salernitana. They should have beaten Barcelona, but they're still in a good position to go through on that group in the second spot because Bayern Munich is going to go through in the top spot of that group. So good job for Inter. A good week, I would say. Even in getting a point at Barcelona, you take it.
And that's the difference. You see, the difference that I see between Juventus and Inter. Inter, I see a team. Juventus, I still don't see a team.
Yep. We can move on to.
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about that shitty team now.
Juventus did win 1-0 for people that didn't watch. Vlahovic had a goal in the 74th minute.
Wait, before you start, they deserve to win.
The derby versus Torino. They deserve to win 1-0. Yes,
they did.
We agree.
But let me ask you really quick. They did win. They deserve to win. Do you feel better about this team after this game?
No, I feel one thing. I feel like the people want to move. The player want to move.
So you feel better about it?
A little bit because they move. At least I saw people live.
No, you are right, but that doesn't change my opinion that I have.
No, but it doesn't change it. But you see, sometimes with 2-3 winning of a follow, the team will change everything.
Yeah, but
even Alessandro played good. Come on.
They played better. I will say, Milinkovic on Torino made some nice saves against Vlahovic and all that. But I was more disappointed in how Torino played because I thought they played terribly. And they played really bad, Torino.
Let's give some credit to Juventus.
I thought, what sticks out to me?
One thing they show from Juventus, there was a moment the ball was not played ball, right? A lot of Juventus players, they were like back, like tied.
Yeah.
There is a pitch, right? So that means they gave it the whole thing. Actually, in the past, we saw Juventus play the first 15 minutes and then stop. With Torino, they play all 90 minutes.
Well, here's the
That's
thing.
why maybe they appear tired.
Here's one of the things that stuck out to me, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but Cuadrado was so bad. I think Cuadrado was awful with his passing, giving the ball away a lot. And then also he gives so much space to whoever he's marking on that side of the field where he doesn't press and he lets them get 20 feet so they can cross early or have space, time to do things. I was so upset with him, and it just frustrates the crap out of me.
I still don't understand one thing, guys. Today, he got the award for best player for Serie B last year. He still don't play.
Now he's going to have to because Bremer's out 20 days.
Yeah, you sure about that?
You would think that he's going to get a couple of
games,
right?
So?
So that, and combined with the rumor that just made me smile that Bonucci wants out, please get the hell out of here.
Well, I didn't hear that rumor. Where'd you hear that?
I heard that he's fed up. He's upset with Allegri.
I've read that he asked himself to be sold.
Yeah, but realistically, who's going to take that guy? With his salary, who's going to take him?
I can't. It's going.
Yeah, I mean,
please, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead.
People like him.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
I don't understand the way you take a 35 years old.
Yeah, but let's not forget he did have an awesome Euros. Like he's not He's not good, but he's not terrible. Someone will take him.
I don't know.
Yeah, now what? For 1 year, take Chris.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Just get him off Juventus.
So here's the other thing.
I thought that. My 1 year, the team that they get him more than 1 year, they can give it to him.
Yeah, that's not my concern. I don't care.
So here's the other thing, and part of the reason why Bonucci's probably upset and other players are upset, because their Champions League game against Maccabi Haifa, I don't know how to say their name, they lose,
Terrible.
and then the coach wants to put them in a retreat, and half the team protests, saying, no, why are we doing this? So there's a rift there in the team with some people with Allegri, other people not with Allegri. I'm assuming Bonucci was in the crowd of, hey, no, I don't want to do this. So,
Hey, listen.
At this
With
point,
Allegri,
no, I was just
they can be 4 or 5 people. No more.
I was just going to say the only person that's with Allegri now is Alexandro. Everyone else should not
I think
be with Allegri.
Szczesny too. Szczesny gets treated like a god. He gets treated like a god over there.
Okay.
But they got that going on, and plus, by the way, the owner is saying he's not going anywhere. Meanwhile, they are this close from getting eliminated from the Champions League in the group stage because they can't beat an Israeli team, right? They're an Israeli team.
He has to go. If they don't make it to this round of 16, he should be gone.
They're not making it. So here's the thing with Juventus. The only way they can make it is if either PSG or Benfica lose both games and Juventus wins both of their games.
Yeah, not happening.
So that's not happening. Because both of those, one of those teams play Maccabi again. So, they can at least get a point out of that.
Guys,
and it's over.
I have to say something. Keep in consideration the way we play, I think we are Juventus. And nothing is impossible for Juventus.
But wait, so give me a percentage. What is the odds you think of that?
No, for percentage, I give you 5%.
5 is too much for me.
What big we do to both game to win the both game?
I give them 1%. Yeah, but then they still need help. They still need either PSG to lose both
or
Benfica to lose both. Because the points don't... Listen.
That's a 6 point. The 3 have 9.
So both the other teams have 8 points. They have 3 points. 8 points, PSG and Benfica. So
you think what's his name? The Israel team, we're going to put time one of them.
No, they can, but it's not likely.
They tie with us.
Oh. They beat us.
I don't know. Don't get your hopes up.
That's basically
I know we're going to be out.
I give it 1% chance. That's because there's got to be a chance they get 1% chance of going.
Until
so
the
disappointing.
Fino alla fine.
Yeah, well, it's over for me. But anyway, the coach is saying, and Nedved's saying, he's, the owner and Nedved are saying he's not going anywhere. We're not doing anything till the end of the season. We'll reevaluate, which is what I said for months and months.
Daniel, the president can say whatever he wants.
No, I know.
Imagine if you would lose to Torino in some other game, you wouldn't kick him out.
Yeah. Well, listen, he's on the hot seat too. He's going to be out of there too. So everyone has to watch out. But it's just surprising. Like Juventus is the one of few teams that wouldn't make a change like this when things are going that bad. And then they get all so happy when they get a 1-0 win versus Torino, who, let's be honest, isn't very good.
You want to know something else? Already they think about in January to buy player for next year.
Yeah.
Remember what they were talking about? Allegri was wait the deal to go through for Paredes.
Yeah.
And now he's on the bench.
Yeah.
Now he's talking. We need what do we need? DePaul.
Yeah, because DePaul's not happy in Atletico. So.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if when he comes to us, what he's going to do.
You've already had Milinkovic Savic rumored and DePaul rumored to Juventus.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to get either. That's my point.
Milinkovic Savic is a rumor. It's their rumor.
Dude,
that's it.
Their salaries are so insane. There's no way they could bring them on the team.
I mean,
Lotito wants 100,000 million.
100 million. 100 million he wants for him. Like, it's not happening. So you can keep asking all he wants. Dude, we'll see at the end of the year if he's still the coach.
But even at this point,
what's it? DePaul. How old is he? I don't know how old is DePaul.
He's late 20s, right?
They ask 35 million. I think with 25 we'll get. Not for nothing to get 25 because the guy is a fight with the team.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you're Milinkovic Savic, why would you want to come to Juventus? Go to the English league.
Oh, for the money.
Yeah, but you could get paid more in England.
Yeah, I know, but off the ball, the guy go.
Yeah, there's other factors too.
I wouldn't want to go to Juventus.
But
Why not?
They suck.
No, they suck all the time, and we are the best team.
Last 3 seasons they've sucked.
Yeah, but that's the truth, because they still have a leg.
like I said a few weeks ago, the turnaround's going to come. They will be back on top. It's just a matter of how quickly it happens. Will it be 2 years or will it be 10 years?
Right now, I would say closer to 10.
Me too. No, I'm there with you.
Oh, plus, anyway, maybe next week you're going to have Chiesa.
That's true. Yeah, that was the other thing.
Okay.
So
Timeout.
Chiesa's ready to come back. He said he's ready to come back, but Allegri says, no, let's play some friendlies or something.
Christopher, if the Chiesa and Pogba they come and they do something,
You're right.
unnetted or injured, they do something, the team improve a lot.
You're totally right. But how many weeks, how many games do we have Chiesa coming off the bench for 20 minutes? Because I guarantee you that's what happens.
No, the next Sunday maybe it's going to be on the bench.
Yeah, but he's not going to start for a while. It's going to be
They did the one game already for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's closer than I thought. I thought he was going to be longer than this. We thought after the World Cup he would be coming back.
Sure, we have to see if you don't get injured again.
Yeah, so that's always a scary part. But yes, Chiesa will help immensely. Kostic has not been impressive to me. He's supposed to be this fantastic crosser. Every cross gets blocked by the defender. So how can you be a good crosser if you can't get it past your first defender?
Daniel, they don't do good because they're blocked. Because Allegri maybe wants them to play like that.
I know. I'm just saying he hasn't been good. So my point is that they could use Chiesa and they could use Pogba. Even though Pogba, I still think his knee is not going to be, all that good, and I'm not expecting much from him.
But if he does up what he can do, and Chiesa, the team improve a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what he's looking for.
The American boy, he's better retire if he play like that. He better come back into America.
McKennie looks so slow and fat to me, like he can't run. He's been bad.
He's also got zero confidence.
I'm at zero confidence. He's playing with zero confidence.
Yeah,
he's fat. He's
fat. He's slow and fat. Yep. But anyway, it's they got the win. They needed it in the league. They needed something, and they got it.
Low key hoping for a loss just to see Allegri gone.
It was not an enjoyable game to watch for me, at least. Like
Dan, what time did I fall asleep?
You fell asleep before the game started. To be fair,
there you go.
And I thought you fell asleep all the time.
I think you have an issue. you need to go to a doctor. But I watched the whole game, and it was more enjoyable than previous games. Like
he can play better than the past,
but it still was not good. Anyway, let's move on, Chris.
Like for Christopher, they were moving. In other words.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is their first shot didn't come 32 minutes in.
That was good point, Chris. 32 minutes in, they got 3 shots, and that's it.
I'll tell you a little bit more. Flowers, as play, he run a lot, he move a lot, but he make a mistake too because he's tired.
Yeah.
He got to what's his name? Flowers. He's not used well. He has to come back. I see him too much back.
What were your thoughts on Moise Kean getting the start? How do you think he played?
How about Moise Kean with that lethal finish? Not even close to the fucking net.
The cross to the near post that he blasted wide so bad that, like, dude, are you a finisher? Like, what are you doing?
Does he know where he is on the field?
Anyway, I don't like ragging on him because we always do. But let's move on to all the other games, Chris, and we'll run down them real quick.
All right. We had Empoli versus Monza. Empoli won 1-0.
Which none of us picked in our picks because we did pick that game.
Yeah, Rovella was just out. The red card.
Rovella got a red card in the 93rd minute. Vicario made a beautiful save again. I just like to point that out every week. Best player in the league.
Saved the win.
Hey, by the way, Vicario was for last year was the third goal as a goal of the third one.
Yeah.
Vicario should be bought by another team.
It was Magnan, Andanovic, and Vicario.
Yeah,
Yes.
he excellent. He's my favorite goalie to watch. He's like a
So I
cat.
like, you know who I like a goalie? Chi da Udinese, Silver.
Silvestri played really good this week. Yeah. Go ahead, Chris. Keep
Silver should give a confidence to Udinese.
Mm-hmm.
Atalanta won 2-1 versus Sassuolo.
Yeah, so they stay undefeated, like we said. They actually had they were down in this game. Kyriakopoulos on Sassuolo scored a really nice goal.
That was a good game.
It was a good game. It was back and forth. Both goalies made some saves. Lukman seems to be getting in the groove. Pasalic finally scored. And Atalanta, we don't talk about them a lot, but they're still undefeated, and they're right there with Napoli, like a couple of points behind.
Was this Berardi's first game back? Because I saw he hit the crossbar.
Yeah, he hit the crossbar. He came back. But I think we actually, three of us got that game completely correct. You, me, and Frankie both picked 2-1 Atalanta, so we got that totally right.
Yeah. Let's see. Lazio and Udinese was 0-0.
So here's the big thing about this game. For me, Udinese away actually still tried to attack and play, and they hit the crossbar and they had some chances. Immobile got hurt for Lazio in the first half, and once he came out, it wasn't the same for them. They still had chances, but 0-0 draw. That's good game for both teams.
This game, Lazio, Udinese Atalanta.
No, it was Sassuolo.
Udinese, what?
Sassuolo Atalanta.
Sassuolo Atalanta. No, that was Udinese.
Udinese.
That's Udinese, right? It was a good game too, but Udinese was away, right?
Yeah.
And at the last 10 minutes, right? Usually, a team that is away, he set for the tie.
Yeah.
Instead, they were playing until the end.
But here's the thing, and that's the thing with Udinese. They do that all season.
No,
they score late goals every game. They're not afraid of teams. Provedel had to make some nice saves. They actually played, and they're going to be there for the entire season because of the way they play and the way they're coached.
The physicality stay like that. They keep on running like that.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. So a great result against a Lazio team who's scores a lot of goals and doesn't give up a lot of goals, and you get the 0-0 draw away. You can take that every day. It was a great result for them.
We had Spezia Cremonese 2-2 draw.
Yeah, Carnesecchi played in this game, Chris.
Did he?
Goal, yeah. So he's an up and coming goalie.
Yeah, Juventus should buy him.
How cool.
Carnesecchi played in that game because he's on loan.
Carnesecchi, Juventus won him, but
yeah.
Juventus we won everybody, but they don't have a ball.
Yeah, but I mean both these teams.
And plus, they're not sure what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go straight. If they say I like one player, I get it. Before it used to be like that. Any player went to one before long,
they got him.
Now nobody wants it.
Yeah. Now they're used as like a chip.
Yeah. Today we had Rome versus Samp. Rome won 1-0. Pellegrini
Plus,
scored a penalty kick.
That is one thing you went to Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy anyone you want, right? The classical Sampras and Zaccaria. You buy by you never making him play. Or you sell away, run away.
It wasn't entirely their fault. He was hurt constantly.
You have to be to make a mistake.
Anyway, he said Rome beat Samp 1-0. Pellegrini scored a penalty shot. They had more chances. Darrow made a lot of saves, actually. That could have been more than 1-0 easily. Yeah. And then you had Fiorentina tie Lecce 1-1, which Fiorentina, again, is still struggling. Kwame scored a nice goal, though, at the beginning of the second half.
He did. They're struggling to score. I think Jokic got hurt, right? Or Jovic?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing well in their, what are they, in the Europa League, Conference League? They're getting results there, too. They're playing extra games, but I don't know. They're still playing the right way. They're just not getting the results. So hopefully they can turn it around because they're better. They're not even in the first half of the table, and they should be there with the talent they have.
Before we go to the table, our predictions from last week, like Dan said, me, Frank, and Dan all got Atalanta correct, 2-1 completely right. That was the correct score. We didn't get anything else right. Daddy got tie Lazio Udinese 2-2, so he got 1 point. So the standings are me with 23, Daddy with 17, Dan with 15, and Frank with 9.
So, but throw out the standings, Chris, first before we pick for the next week.
Sure. We have the top 4 as follows: Napoli 26, Atalanta 24, Milan 23, Rome with 22.
Yeah, so you see Lazio and Udinese with that tie dropped out of the top 4, both of those teams. They were
so
in the
they're
top
5
4.
and 6 tied with 21 points, followed by Inter,
but
and then Juventus.
All right, they play okay, but you have to expect Lazio, Udinese, who else? And some other team, but they're going to drop. I'm sure Juventus and Inter, they're going to come up.
I know we keep saying that, but like,
No, I'm sure.
the way they're playing is, I don't. Yeah, they might drop to set. Juventus might leapfrog them, but I don't think they're going to be easy for anyone all season. If they keep playing like that, it's going to be a struggle for everyone.
Daniel, of this team, they play okay, but everything is going right. Everything is going right for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Juventus, everything go wrong. So the pitch cycle, the period, it's going to change a little bit.
We'll see.
So
there are we have the table. I mean, the fixtures for this week coming up, Chris. But there are actually, I think there's Italian Cup games this week too for
Coppa Italia.
But I don't think there's any like.
No, they're the big
Serie A
team. They come in after.
Yeah, they're not playing yet.
Next round.
Next round, yeah. But we can look at the fixtures for this weekend, which this week is what, Chris? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think, right? Isn't it 4 days?
Yeah, 21 to the 24th.
I hate that. I hate when they spread it out 4 days.
The Coppa Italia, before, there used to be even the team about the 6 teams from Serie C. Serie B and Serie A.
Yeah, now they took that away.
In the beginning, that was now right now they keep the big team to come in on the 8th.
Yeah,
they
shorten the tournament.
In a way, it's bad because before the way it used to do before, Juventus, for example, could play Siragusa, for example, Serie C, So for Siragusa, it would be something great.
Yeah.
To see Juventus in there.
No, I agree.
To see the full field money from that team,
I like the way England does it. They have 6 divisions fighting it out. Yeah, they're not going to make it far, but they get the exposure. They get to play.
The reason why they cut it down was clearly money. That's the
they get no attendance in those games. It's awful. It's terrible soccer too. But I just like the idea of a 3rd or 4th division team making it to the semifinals.
In England, they did it like this. They report.
I know. I think that's cool.
Fixtures for this week, round 11. You want me to read them?
Yeah, read them off and then we'll pick.
All right. So we got Juventus versus Empoli, Salernitana versus Spezia, Milan versus Monza, Fiorentina versus Inter, Udinese versus Torino, Bologna versus Lecce, Atalanta versus Lazio, which is a good game. Rome versus Napoli, a very good game. Cremonese versus
Napoli.
Rome Napoli.
Yeah.
Cremonese versus Samp, and Sassuolo versus Verona. So we got some good ones.
Yeah, there's okay ones, and then you do have next. Is it Champions League again next week, right? I think
so
after
we
that.
Can pick up.
Yes.
Roma.
Yeah. So the first game we'll pick Rome versus Napoli. Rome's home. This is the Sunday 2:45 game, I think.
Yes, I think.
Roma Napoli.
Yeah. What do you say?
2-2.
2-2.
No, I'm gonna say 3-1 Napoli.
I don't think you guys are going to see me pick against Napoli all the rest of the season. I think I'm going to pick them as a winner every single time. I'm saying 4-2 Napoli.
Yeah,
we'll get Frank's picks too. Napoli is just insane to me. They don't score less than 4 goals. So
yeah.
And Rome is hurt too. With Dybala not there. So I just don't trust them as much.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
I guess we got to pick Atalanta and Lats, right?
Yeah, that's a good game. 2
2
teams, by the way, who are not known for defense, have been playing fantastic defense.
Yes.
So in years past, we would have said, 5-4, 4-3. This year, I'm not so sure we pick high scoring games.
2-2.
He loves that 2-2. He always picks 2-2.
I'm going to say 2-1 Atalanta.
I'm actually going with the upset here, and I'm going to say 1-0 Lazio.
Okay. All right.
Well, it depends. I don't know if Mobley's going to be there. If he's not there, that changes things.
Yeah, but you got to make a
Immobile
pick.
is not going to be there.
He's not going to be there.
He's already been ruled out. I'm changing my pick then. I'm saying 1-0 Atalanta the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other game you want to pick here? Fiorentina Inter?
Yeah, Fiorentina Inter. Not terrible.
Fiorentina's home. They're not playing well though.
2-1 Fiorentina.
And you have to remember too, like there are the midweek games for the next week coming up too, so you don't know who's going to be starting and resting and all that. I'm going to say 2-1 Inter.
I'm going to say 1-1. I'm hoping for the draw. I'm crossing my fingers.
I don't know. I think Inter's going to, like you said, I think they're going to go on a little run right now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get Lukaku back eventually soon, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that. Could be he come in and doesn't do nothing.
Well, yeah, Martinez is finally scoring now, which is good.
Do we want to pick Juventus Empoli?
Yeah, Juventus is not a given right now. You have to pick them. You have to pick that game.
2-0 for Juventus.
I'm going to say 1-0 Empoli.
Vicario with the shutout, right? I like your thought process.
2-0 Juventus.
I'm going. They struggle with Empoli sometimes. I'm going to say 1-1 draw.
This is so pathetic.
No, you know why? Because they do have the midweek game where they're going to have to go all out if they do want to get to the Champions League next round. So I see them maybe focusing a little bit more on that and or resting some players.
Like that, Daniel.
I'm saying that's how the stupid coach thinks sometimes. I'm telling you,
because they know they're out.
When you see their starting lineup on Friday versus Empoli, you're going to be like, "What the fuck are they doing?" And part of it,
Friday game.
Yeah, and part of it's going to be, he's resting people for whoever they play in the Champions League, Benfica.
They cannot think the championship, because if they think the championship, they're going to be relegated.
Yeah, well, they're not there yet. Really.
True.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll get Frank's picks.
I said 2-0 for you.
No, you always pick them. Usually you say 3-0, so you've lost confidence in them since
after winning.
Right. I still would trust them.
Anything else you guys want to go over before we end this?
No, I think I'm trying to think if there was any other headlines that were missing, any other injuries that we missed. But I think we covered a lot of what's going on. There was the Ballon d'Or Benzema one, but doesn't really pertain to us. That's about it.
All right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the games. Remember, 4 days worth of soccer, so they're not all crammed in one spot. Which is, if you want to watch a lot of games, it's good.
Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Yep, Monday at 9.
Take it
I
easy.
miss the producer.
He misses the producer. Producer abandoned us.
Yeah.
Freaking guy having kids. Bye.
Bye. Good night.